Bangkok is literally the best place to be in your 20s. So get ready for your life to change because it will never be the same again. So when I first moved here into Thailand about almost a year ago now, I only had 1,500 to my name and was just set out on my dream to actually live on my own terms and to do whatever I wanted. And to do that, you of course need income online to actually be able to travel the world and do whatever you want. So when I first came to Thailand, my goal was just to find a way to make consistent income online and to be able to do whatever I wanted at any time I wanted. And at the time when I first came to Thailand, I already had a remote sales role as an appointment setter, but it was a pretty shit offer and I literally made $0 within the first 2 months of actually being on it, even though I was making around 300 to 400 outbound calls a day and setting really good appointments. The offer was just so bad, the closure was pretty bad, and I just had no luck getting any commissions from that. So after 1 or 2 months doing that, basically everything went to shit. I was pretty much flat broke. I had $0, only 20 baht in my kind of cup I had in my apartment in coins. And that was just enough to kind of get me that ham, egg, and cheese croissant that they have at the 7-Eleven. So just kind of had me well fed, and I did do a few 4-day fasts, so that was also very fun. But what I'm trying to get to is that if I went to Koh Samui, Chiang Mai, or any other kind of part of Thailand, I would have definitely failed and went home because I wouldn't have had the motivation that Bangkok gives you, that pushes you that extra limit to kind of get to where you want to go. Because in Bangkok, there are plenty of people that'll be pushing you to your new limits and kind of pushing you past those limits, because there's tons of millionaires, billionaires, and people that are actually where you want to be in life, and they give you that motivation that'll help you drive and get to where you want to go. Because in Koh Samui and Chiang Mai, it's mainly just beaches and people just chilling around, happy making 2,000 a month. But in Bangkok, we have people out here making 20,000, 100,000, 200,000 a month, and they'll just kind of open your eyes to actually see what's possible in the online space with making an online income, and that'll just help you take you to that next level that you actually want to go. So what I'm basically saying is I kind of got that motivation from actually seeing what they're doing and seeing what I'm doing wrong, and actually fixing what I was doing wrong and started networking and finding the best opportunities for me to get started with online sales. And I finally found an appointment setting position with a really solid offer. And I was finally able to make around 4,000 to 6,000 a month being an appointment setter. And in Thailand, making 4,000 to 6,000 a month, you are already balling. You have enough money to kind of spend on lifestyle, rent, bills, everything else, and still save a little bit in the end. So, I mean, with Bangkok, the opportunities are literally endless. The network is insane. The weather is beautiful, it's very cheap, the women are beautiful. It's just 3 W's. You have wealth, women, and weather, all combined. So there's literally nothing bad as well. The only thing people kind of look down on Thailand and Bangkok is the ladyboys, but I mean, people kind of over exaggerate it. It's not like every single girl is a ladyboy. There are a lot of them, but they all are also very honest about being a ladyboy. So if you see a girl who maybe has an Adam's apple or big hands or big shoulders, you can go up to her and be like, hey, you look very beautiful, but are you a real girl? And she'll be like, no, I am ladyboy. And then you're like, fair enough. So, I mean, the challenges with Thailand, like the biggest ones I've kind of found personally is that the traffic is pretty bad. So you need to find a very good location that's near the biggest network possible. That way it's very easy for you to kind of locate and find yourself in the best opportunities possible. And another great benefit of actually being in Bangkok is literally that the city never sleeps, and it is very convenient. And there's always places to eat, always places to go smoke cigars, always places to go network. So it's always popping. There's always opportunities flowing in from each and every single angle. So it'll just bring you that unlimited energy and motivation that you're kind of lacking in maybe the city that you're living in now. You might be living in a very small town like I was, and people were happy making around $60,000 to $70,000 a year, and they were okay with just starting a family and just dying off without ever chasing a dream. But if you have that deep desire and have that dream inside of you where you want to kind of just scale up and see what life has to offer, Bangkok is definitely the place to go in your 20s and maybe even your 30s if you're a little bit older. It'll literally guarantee you success because you're positioning yourself in a way where you'll be surrounded by people who are at the top and people that you want to kind of look up to and where you kind of want to go. Because in your small town, there might be people who are a little bit ahead of you, but they're just making 80 to 100,000 a year, and that's kind of the limit. But you want to position in yourself with a bunch of sharks that are kind of going after it and that'll have unlimited energy and kind of give you that motivation that you need to get to that next level. And there are different places besides Bangkok that you can go, like maybe Dubai, Miami, LA, but they're pretty expensive. And if you're like me and only had 1,500 to your name, you'd maybe last a day or less in Miami or Dubai. So if you're kind of limited on funds starting out like I was, Bangkok is definitely the place to go because that kind of has some wiggle room when it comes to being able to fail and still come back, because I did fail a few times before I was actually able to make it. And to actually get started with getting out here into setting up your home base, of course you need to set up your passport, book a flight. I definitely recommend booking a one-way so you kind of burn the boats and don't have the option to go back home anytime soon. Because the goal of leaving home is to leave a pawn and then come back a king. You don't want to leave a pawn and then come back a month or 3 months later, the same person you were when you left, because then your friends and family will be like, what were you doing out in Bangkok, Thailand? Were you just fucking ladyboys? Like, were you jerking off? Like, what were you doing out there? You got to be able to go to Bangkok, win, transition into a king, go back home and ball out, treat your family well, treat your friends well, and they'll be looking up to you like a king. So yeah, after you kind of book your flight, set up your passport and get out here, you're gonna want to set up your 15-month visa, 12-month apartment, and just kind of lock in on whatever kind of endeavors you were going on. It could be with e-com, remote sales, OFM, whatever you want to do. Just be able to kind of lock yourself in and get surrounded by people who are a lot better than you. That way you know you aren't shit yet and that you have a lot of work to do. And this will just give you that endless motivation and fuel that you need to actually succeed. And I mean, you'll pretty much be all set from there. It is a pretty simple process. And once you actually get started and get over here, you'll see that the character development will be 5x or 10x of what you were actually developing in your small town. Because the 8 or 9 months that I've been here, I feel like I've grown 4 to 5 years compared to how much I've grown back home. Like for example, if I would have just stayed home and not came to Bangkok, I feel like I would still be in the same place I was about 6 or 7 months ago. And I wouldn't be able to kind of have opportunities kind of come my way that have came my way since I came to Bangkok, Thailand. So once you were able to actually make that change and make that commitment to actually kind of moving out of your like parents' house or dropping out of college and actually pursuing success and very impressive income, you'll be able to see that it was very simple and very easy to do. And looking back on it, you'll be thanking yourself for actually making that commitment to actually going out, exploring the world, and trying to better yourself to become the best possible version of yourself. That way you're able to leave your hometown a pawn, come back a king, and basically just show everyone how it's done. And I mean, that's pretty much the gist of the video, guys. If you do need any help with actually getting out to Bangkok and finding the best network possible, I'll have my Instagram down in the description. That way you can DM me on Instagram and I'll basically be able to help you out with actually moving to Bangkok, finding the best opportunities available for you. And we do have a network as well where we will be able to find the best niche for you. You can either get into crypto, day trading, sales, e-com. We have a few different other kind of niches you can get into as well, but we want to find the best one that works best for you. Because with remote sales, it is only for the certain amount of people who are very charismatic, good with talking, and very persuasive as well, because some people might be good, some people might not be good at that. They might be good at computer stuff, which will kind of be best for e-com and marketing as well. So we'll just kind of find which one works best for you, connect you with the great people that have already been doing those things. That way you kind of see where you need to be and get advice from the top people. That way you can implement it into your own life and be able to level up your life a lot quicker than staying in your small town, kind of just doing everything on your own. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys decide to kind of move to either Bangkok, Dubai, or Miami, because you always need to position yourself with a lot of sharks and kings. That way, like I was saying in a lot of other videos, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around. So if you're hanging around 5 different sharks, it's only natural you'll be the next one. So make that change. Surround yourself by the greatest people possible, and it's inevitable that you'll be the next great one. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.